Our immune system is made up of white blood cells fighting a daily battle to keep us healthy. They work together to fend off infections and kill cancer cells, but they're not always successful. In our lab at the University of Manchester, we are researching how immune cells work at a new level of detail so that we can find ways to help them. The surface of a white blood cell is covered with proteins which it uses to sense its surroundings and communicate with other cells. Each cell is incredibly small and the proteins on its surface are even smaller. Picture your body as the size of a single protein moving around the surface of a white blood cell. The white blood cell will be about 10 kilometres squared, or the size of Richmond Park in London. That's a lot of area to explore. Most proteins don't simply drift randomly on the cell surface. They might be restricted to certain areas, just as you may follow a particular path around the park. Proteins can also form groups or clusters and interact with clusters of different proteins, just as you might meet a group of friends, then join another. Your group of friends will make more noise than just one person, and in the same way, these clusters of proteins can give stronger signals to the cell than one protein alone. These kinds of patterns on the cell surface are particularly important for communication between white blood cells in our immune system. In our lab, we use recently developed Nobel Prize-winning technologies called super-resolution microscopes, which can take pictures of single proteins on the surface of immune cells. We have seen how the patterns of proteins can change when certain immune cells are switched on and are working to discover how this affects our immune responses. There is even a possibility that the patterns vary based on your individual genes. Understanding how and why these patterns change could help to find new drug targets. With this knowledge, we hope to eventually help immune cells work better in a range of diseases from cancer to autoimmune disease. My name is Katie Walwyn-Brown and I am an MRC-funded PhD student in Dan Davis's lab at the University of Manchester.